So for these ASM brains, let's just kind of do a little bit of a deep dive so you guys are more familiar with what's going on here. These were boxes, kind of like the Ranga ones with the black box, that came out, the world's first non-fungible intelligence premiere by Altered State Machine. 10,000 unique Genesis boxes with one unique artificial intelligence ASM brain and 4 unique AIFA All Stars in each box. Artificial Intelligence Football Association, AIFA, is a decentralized play-to-earn game starring the genesis of intelligence, NFTs, or NFIs. At the Great Unboxing, your All-Stars will emerge with random attributes. You'll have a limited one-time power to reconfigure each one, break open your box, and create your team to your vision. The ASM Genesis brain contained in every box will be part of a platform for the creation and training of AI agents owned and traded as NFTs. So we have basic ones, we got rare ones. Again, the price jumps pretty quickly. There's not too many of them. Again, 427 owners because the boxes have been opened. But for the Genesis brains here, there is 10,000 of them. There's only 9,000 that are out. Obviously, there's still boxes to unlock. And when we are talking about putting an AI in your avatar, this is kind of the idea. So there's genome weightings within them. So some brains can actually be smarter than other ones. Some are going to be better at defending in soccer. Other ones could be better at attacking, but they're also going to be used within the boxing game and it's the whole Futureverse world. There's a lot going on with it, but these are ones that are a little bit more expensive. They're supposed to also be used for splicing and breeding. So if you're familiar with Z-Horse run breeding, I think it's going to be somewhat similar, but with this is over time you train an AI brain and then you're able to splice it and it keeps some of those memory shards. Now, you might say, okay, like 0.67 ETH or whatever on secondary is way too expensive. They do have these Gen 2 brains, and there's supposed to be like a lot of these ones, right? So there's about 50,000 items of them. You stake this ASTO token, and then you can mine these brains. Again, you got the splicing that's going to happen. But currently, these are at like $12 as an example. So the idea, and I'm assuming these might actually go a little bit cheaper within time with the supply coming out, is $10. You have an AI brain. You can train it over time. Bada boom, bada bang. Kind of cool. Now, for where those brains are going to be used, as I said before, there's the Next Legend boxing game, but otherwise, it's these AIFA All Stars. And so when you are playing within a game, you can use these things and you throw a brain in them and they'll actually play soccer for you. And again, it's play to earn. So it's kind of neat. These things are supposed to be getting token as well. So it's supposed to get an ASTO airdrop. Some people think that the token drop is going to be the value roughly of what these all-stars are. So some people are like, oh, these are free. We don't know actually like what amount they're going to get. And obviously there's some ones that are a little bit more rare than others. And then when you go and you look through the Genesis, there's some crazier ones where if we go and we look at a mutant, you can see these are at 0.175. If we go and click on this prime where there's only 51 of them, these are selling for like 30 ETH. They're going for an absolute bag. But the concept with it, I think, is that if you own these, you also get like a stadium or something, right? I don't know. There's these bosses and there's like a way of, if the game's successful, these particular ones get like a cut of every game that happens. So if it does become like a watershed game, gets mass adoption, that's everyone's trying to hope that their game does that. So you obviously have to put it with a grain of salt. But anyway, there's a lot going on with this ecosystem, and you have Next Legends as well. And I'm just sitting here and I'm like, every time that I see anything that's talked about for these tokens that are AI related, it seems that AI is the new cool thing in town. That's what this entire thing is. And I feel like not many people are looking at it, and we'll see if the AMA today is really, really good, or if it's, hey, this stuff's still a little bit further out. So this was a mint that happened a while ago. Not insanely long ago, but a bit closer. The Next Legends is the world's premier metaverse AI boxing game. Compete to rise through the ranks following in the footsteps of the greatest ever, Mohamed Ali. To achieve the title of legend, get a gym bag, train your boxer, and fight your opponent to build your legacy. The next Legends is brought to you by Altered State Machine in partnership with Non-Fungible Labs, and we can check out the site in a second. So they have all these different characters, and the thing that I thought was kind of weird is they were like, yeah, male or female, like you can't actually pick between them. There's no stats for that. They'll just fight each other. And I'm like, I feel like somebody's gonna be like, why in the hell is that the case? But very excited to see how this is implemented. Same kind of concept with the soccer players where, you know, you train up your brain, you might have a good fighter, and then you maybe can throw them into a ring. Maybe people end up really enjoying these AI boxing if it is like fun gameplay overall. Maybe this stuff turns into esports, maybe it doesn't. I have absolutely no idea, but let's go through the Altered State Machine site. And just as a note, again, they were partnered with FIFA for the World Cup. So, unique ownable intelligence. Altered State Machine's ASM decentralized protocol allows anyone to own, train, and trade unique artificial intelligence via digital ASM brains. ASM brains can be used within avatars, games, worlds, and other metaverse applications powered by AI, owned by you, and traded as an NFT. NFI enabled. We can throw hands in the metaverse. That's what it's all about. Changing the game for artificial intelligence, introducing non-fungible intelligence, an ASM technology that injects life into your avatars, making the metaverse a more dynamic place. And these are a few of the things. So I made a thread a while ago, and if I do Futureverse Alpha, and I say that, these are some of the things that I've highlighted before. So within the website, let me close out some of the tabs here, because there's way too many. So it shows thingies in here, and we've looked at AIFA, talked about FIFA, and we just looked at Next Legends. But for thingies here, they actually just create AI art, and they've improved over time. And so I have one of these thingies, and it's been kind of leaking alpha, or at least I think it is. So the first one here is this tree, and I was like, okay, there's a ring here, there's a ring here, a ring over here. Ignoring the people, we have a tree that looks infected, 3 rings, rings of power. Okay, hold on a second. And then looked and found this clip from the Amazon show, The Rings of Power. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is leaking, that they have a partnership with Lord of the Rings. And then further to that, I got this other piece that showed this. And at first glance, you're like, okay, this kind of maybe looks like a roulette table. We have kind of a guard thing here, but then you're like, whoa, hold on. In Ready Player One, there's this casino planet, and that kind of lines up. So maybe they have a partnership with Ready Player One as well. And then someone posted this the other day, and my mind was like, holy shit, that kind of looks familiar. And if you've seen Star Wars Rogue One, Jyn Erso as a kid gets kind of thrown underground where she's hiding from the Empire, and this isn't the exact clip from it because she's like in this hole, but that kind of reminded me about that. And I'm like, so is there a partnership with Star Wars? And then within one of the Party Bear backgrounds, I was like, oh, well, this looks kind of familiar. In Dragon Ball Z, there's this thing called Kami House. And if you match up the trees to this bear house, we have the top fan, the slanted letters, same windows, doors, and everything. Hold on, do they partner with Lord of the Rings, Ready Player One, and Dragon Ball Z? Holy sweet hell. So thingies are things that create AI art, and I believe they're going to be world builders overall for what's going on. There's Buzzies and some other stuff, but I'm just like, holy hot, diggy damn. So ASM brains are unique artificial intelligence owned via NFTs, each with a unique DNA known as a genome matrix with inherent strengths and weaknesses. With training, these AI brains are capable of learning and evolving while improving their skills. Interoperable across avatars, forms, games, and worlds. The possibilities are near limitless. And so their different partners are FIFA, Warner Music Group, Muhammad Ali, Authentic Brands Group, Non-Fungible Labs, Fluffs, Seekers, Atom Car Club, and then Crypto Walkers. So, I mean, listen, not too shabby. But how ASM works. Create trainable AI-powered avatars, own and trade them using NFTs. I kind of color coordinated those ones. I wonder if that's going to be a thing. Maybe that's alpha. If you have like the skin that's like of a similar color as that. I never thought of that. In the ASM ecosystem, an AI-enabled avatar is called an agent. Agents consist of two parts, a brain and an avatar. These two parts are interchangeable, opening a world of possible combinations and applications. Brains. The core of the agent, the brain is created with a randomized set of base values known as a genome matrix, your agent's DNA. This gives each agent a unique set of strengths and weaknesses. For example, the genome matrix assigns traits like strength, speed, size, and risk tolerance in a unique combination to each brain. Avatars. The visual representation of your character, what it looks like, and how it works. Avatars are what enable a brain to operate in its world. They give it physical form and qualities. Bring your existing NFT art or model from another part of the metaverse or create entirely new avatars for your agents. And memories. Using embedded machine learning, each agent is able to learn and develop its skills both as a result of experience and achieved through specific training in an artificial intelligence gym. Memories are stored in the brain's memory tree, which is an immutable record of the memories created and owned by that specific brain. And the ASM Cortex is where you actually stake these ASTO tokens to be able to mint the brains. So the Cortex is your central portal for altered state machine utility. Use the Lunaris machine to generate ASTO energy. Then harness it to explore the map of Illyria and mine unique Gen 2 brains, unlocking your very own non-fungible intelligence. Discover the lore, preview your assets, and claim exclusive rewards. So what can you do with your agent? Worlds come in an unlimited variety, from financial markets to sports fields to combat zones to beach bars. As new worlds grow, new avatars and memories are created to explore them. Certain skills and strengths will be more or less useful in specific environments. Strength naturally lends itself to games, whereas risk tolerance is important in DeFi. Each interoperable agent has a unique variety of characteristics stored in its genome and will express these according to the world in which you are using it. Training gyms for AI. Agents can learn, grow, and improve through training. Training happens in an artificial intelligence gym, utilizing a machine learning ML model trainer specific to each world and designed to improve the agent's performance in that world. The ML model uses a neural network and acts in synergy with the agent's unique genome, so the outcome for each agent are unique. By combining AI technology with the NFT mechanism, we have created the world's first non-fungible intelligence. A unique AI which can be securely owned and traded, and they can be trained up to compete in the space you want to dominate or sold for profit to other users who have need of skilled AI. It's totally up to you, and they're out of New Zealand. So hopefully that's a little bit of a kind of cool breakdown for you so you can understand what that's like.